It's a new week and we are ready to make video magic once again. Happy Monday, everybody. And it really is a happy Monday because this week sees the launch of Super Mario Maker 2, one of Nintendo's coolest games ever. I think safe to say.
Why'd you say that so begrudgingly?
No, it was with excitement. It's like an excitement voice. It's not begrudging.
Oh, that
does it sound like I'm straining?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
I'm not straining. Well, I'm straining because it's straining to wait another 4 days. But if you can't wait, or if you don't want to wait, or if you just for some reason aren't into Mario Maker 2, or if you already got it on pre-order, there are some really cool sales going on right now on other Switch games of the Nintendo variety and of other flavors at Target. We wanted to bring this to your attention on this Monday to maybe start your week off right, and maybe you can even get a little gaming in before Mario Maker 2 launches.
Zach, we know that our wonderful fans enjoy these sales videos because they see them an awful lot. And look, I know that cheap is kind of a case-by-case basis. Yeah, it's all relative, right? But for me, I feel like these things are super cheap, and I can't believe some of these games cost this little, and the quality that they have is still like pretty bonkers.
Oh, these are the cream of the crop. Let's get into the details real fast. This is at Target. There's no end date as of right now. It is an in-store deal, but these games are all popular enough that they're going to be at most of your Target stores. You can just go on the website, we'll put a link in the description, and see where they're available for in-store pickup. What it's doing is giving you 30% off the already existing regular or sale price. So for games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's already on sale for $49, and then you're getting 30% off that. But Gabe, we are going to highlight 10 of the 78 games that they have currently on sale. And I have to start with the newest of the bunch and what I think is the must-buy deal. Like, if you're going to take anything from this video, go buy this game. Even if you're getting Mario Maker 2 at the end of the week, go buy this game. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, Gabe, which is my new addiction. We haven't had a chance to talk about it much, but this is the remastered, recalibrated Crash Racing game that released last week. It's on sale for $28. You can grab this for $27.99 in store. It's fantastic at $40. I'd still recommend it at $60. $28 is a crime.
Oh man. And since it is so like newly released, there is a bunch of copies in a bunch of stores, so you're not likely to have to deal with it being sold out or anything. Man, this is even incentive to just leave the house. So get in your real car, drive to Target to get a game about driving more fun cars, and please do not drift on your way to pick up Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, but it is a really fun time. I don't think I like it anywhere near Zach, but I have been having a good time with it. One thing that I'm enjoying about the game quite a bit is the conversation behind the AI, which I still find fascinating. But regardless, some long loading times and things like that, but those problems are on other platforms as well. The Switch version, it's beautiful. I played it a lot in handheld. I think it's a really good deal. $28 for a game that just came out, Zach. And yes, it's not a full price game, but still a steal.
Test your might against that AI because they come for you crazy and they come for you hard right from the start. You can also test your might in the next best sale on this list, which is Mortal Kombat 11 for $35. That game is pretty darn new. It's one of the crown jewels of the Switch third-party lineup, a crown seller as well, and you should get in on this sale at $35.
Yeah, I played dozens and dozens of hours of this on Switch. I've yet to really even play Mortal Kombat on any other platform. Which I'm happy.
Needs them?
Yeah, I mean, it's running at 60 FPS. Yes, it doesn't look as nice, but I don't care because I still think it's phenomenal fun. Zach, you know this. The viewers don't. I like having these little cookouts with my friends, kind of like a real Nintendo commercial. And I have at one point taken my Switch out, put it in tabletop mode on the trunk, the trunk of my car, like the back of my car, and we're just splitting, standing there playing split Joy-Con with Pro Controllers and stuff. I had a real Nintendo commercial with this game.
There you go. Very nice. And Nintendo is putting a lot of their top dogs on sale as well. We're going to kind of group these together here, but there's 5, so maybe that's too big of a group. Let's go through them though. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, $35. Now, I feel like most people already have this title, and that's why I elevate Crash Team Racing to our top pick. But maybe you didn't have a chance to jump into Super Mario Party, and maybe you were waiting for DLC to expand the board offering or to try and go back and rectify the online situation. Neither of those have happened, but I think at $35, Mario Party is still a fun time, and it's one that I go back to, especially with family.
Huh. Okay. Now you can have a real Mario Party. These things have sold so well. That's why I'm sort of hesitant. It's still a really low price. I don't think that we're ever gonna see these like this low. directly from Nintendo. I mean,
Right.
because I like having these games on eShop, right? Just like digital, because the downloads are so small. Nintendo are masters of compressing their games, and I want to have those with me at all times. But hey, if you're into physical, $35, you're never going to see a lower price for these things.
Yeah, I've been feeling a pull towards physical. I'm sitting here looking at the few Switch games I've gotten the last year and a half physically. Yeah. It's such a small amount. I was looking at my shelves the other day, and I used to have such a library of like Xbox 360, PS3, Wii U, Wii games, and that has dwindled to virtually nothing because everything is digital. So this appeals to me greatly. There's also Mario Tennis Aces, which is fantastic. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is phenomenal. It's got me excited for Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair because they're comparing it so much to DKC Tropical Freeze. And if there's anything we need in this world, it's more of that. Also, Kirby Star Allies. Gabe, how do you feel about Kirby Star Allies for $35, knowing that that game has added so much? Unlike something like Mario Party, which has seen no DLC drops, Kirby Star Allies is kind of a different game than the package we saw when we first played.
Yeah, you're right. So many allies have been added, so much content has been added, and for a $35 fee, you can jump into that world, and maybe you skipped over it for whatever reason. For me, this isn't a game I would recommend at all to anyone that isn't play by themselves. But if you have siblings of any kind or friends, whoever, I feel like it's a really fun co-op game. Just solo's not where it stands out, in my opinion.
Yeah, they have made some adjustments to improve that, and I've heard some good things. The menu looks completely different, which is crazy to see a game grab that much of kind of a turnover after launch. It's Yoshi and Kirby are two games that I feel sad I haven't played more of, so maybe this will motivate me to dip back in. Let's take things away from the first party, and we're going to go to Dark Souls Remastered, which is, in my opinion, a tortured title, because it got the announcement first on Switch. Very cool. It got the release last on Switch, very uncool. It's sat at a pretty high price since then, not the greatest. Here it is on sale for $27.99. I feel a lot better about portable Dark Souls at $27.99.
I feel like that's what people would have wanted it to cost originally, like somewhere like right around the $30 mark or something like that. It being $40, you know that Dark Souls Remastered is probably something you've played by now, and you're going to have to decide for yourself if having this portably is going to be something that is worth it to you. But the price is so low, if you've had any inkling of playing it, why not? This is probably going to be one of the few times that you can grab it for this cheap, like a lot of other stuff on here. I just think it's like phenomenal that there's already a discount on the game, and then you get 30% just for going to pick it up. The adventure itself is sizable. You can have like hundreds of hours of fun for $28, especially
Dark Souls is a pretty popular game.
If you jump into the online component, there's a lot there too.
It's interesting that we're talking about Elden Sign, on other platforms for E3, and we're talking about Dark Souls Remastered on Switch, but nonetheless, like, the fact that you can bring it with you is something that none of the other games can say for themselves. So regardless of age, it still is recommendable. Dragon Ball FighterZ is also recommendable. I feel like Dragon Ball is all over. This is a show and a property that I loved when I was like 13, and I feel like it's more popular now, like 17 years later. Than it was then, which would have been in like the prime era of its popularity. But you can grab this for $20.29.
Phenomenal price for a phenomenal game, full single-player campaign with beautiful animation. The online community is still thriving. New characters were even just like recently like announced, and stuff is still being released. Zach's favorite Dragon Ball character of all time, even though he hasn't even seen the anime, Jiren, is now in the game. Zach is just fascinated by Jiren's character design, but I like that Dragon Ball is like super popular now. Dragon Ball Super, that show that is hypothetically coming back sometime this year. There's like rumors about that, but this isn't a Dragon Ball show. That is probably gonna lead to even more characters. Hopefully, it's a fun game as well. So yeah, this is a no-brainer if it's on in your library for $20.
Yeah, fighters are fantastic on Switch, and if you're excited for Kakarot, the open world adventure action game, then this is a good primer for that. Let's take things to one more title, young Gabe. Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age is down to $28. Now, as per usual with Switch, a lot of games from yesteryear coming back, but this is a pretty good remaster, and it's an often overlooked, skipped, and downright ignored Final Fantasy, maybe with some good reason, but at the same time, I know you've really liked what they've done here in this Reduxed version.
Yeah, the port itself is just really, really good, just like the port job. So that needs to be accounted for. But yeah, other than that, I don't want to say it's a forgotten game because it's still sold like millions of copies. But when people talk about their favorite Final Fantasy games, I don't usually see this one like anywhere near the top. And that's just personal, of course. Maybe some people do love Final Fantasy 12 a whole lot, but I do love the price. $28 for, like Darksiders, Zach, you get a big adventure. Dozens and dozens of hours, even 100 hours if you just like really want to dive into it in that fashion.
Yeah,
so
pretty darn impressive. A lot of these games can provide you with plentiful hours of content, and then you also have the ones that are quick hits of fun in the form of like Mario Tennis Aces and Crash Team Racing that still will yield lots of playtime, but I feel like a nice healthy mix here of multiplayer, single player. You know, you got games that can go heavily online, games that will give you tons of hours. It's a really impressive sale. I don't know what's happening. Game prices are just dropping across the board. Sales are everywhere, and this is a great time to jump in. Let us know what you want to grab from this list. My top picks, Gabe, are, though, the first two we mentioned. CTR, fantastic at 28, and Mortal Kombat 11, dare I say it's a better port than Darksiders, for 35.
Well, I'm not going to agree on the better port thing, but it is phenomenal. And the reason I won't agree is because it doesn't give you an option to play at a lower frame rate with just better.
That's cool.
But regardless, I think I just want to just throw Dragon Ball FighterZ on there because it's so low, $20. If you've been waiting for that one for some reason, man, that's a good deal.
There you have it, some Monday magic for you all. Give us your take in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and want us to keep you up to date on more great prices and sales as we move through the second half of the year. We're already the second half of 2019. Before you know it, we're going to be old men, and the Switch will be on its way out. But for now, let's enjoy what we've got. For myself and Gabe, thanks so much for enjoying us and watching this video. SwitchForce, out.